So if you want to, if you've ever wanted to play reggae, whether you are a keyboardist or drummer, bassist, horn player, whatever, uh, this series I am going to put together called Beginning Reggae, to teach you the basic fundamentals of reggae. And even though it sounds like a simple music, there's a lot more go on in making a nice reggae song than just thinking it's just an easy and just an easy drum beat. It's a lot more technique and stuff when you're doing instruments that can make it a viable music and make it felt from the heart, because if you come out and it's not real reggae, we're going to call it playgay. All right, there's a difference between reggae and playgay. Okay, so just stick around, and I'm going to take you now. I'm going to be using Magix Music Maker premium software for this. A lot of people don't use this software, but it's been one of my go-to softwares. Also because it's cheaper and I can afford it. So I can't get into FL Studio and the Reasons and Cubase and what's that other one called? Pro Tools and all that. It's a little more too much for me, but just stick by and we're going to get into this. Okay, so without further ado, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you want like this, and hopefully this will help you out. So I'm just going to put together start a simple reggae song. Just, pick up some chords, and I'll be doing all the instruments and everything, and just show you the basic techniques of it, so you can use this and apply this and transition to this in your own DAW studio, and if you want to do reggae. Okay, so stick around. All right. Okay, so as I said, this is Magix Music Maker Premium. Let me see if you're using let me see what I got the version 33.1.1.19. I think that might be I'm not sure. So if I'm updated, I'm not going to do it right now if I need to update. But anyway, so the way I put together reggae is a lot of people might start with the drum beat, which is called the one drop. Okay, so the one drop is basically everything's on a 2 and 4 in reggae. Okay, so let me pull this up for you. I use this pop drums, funky VSI a lot. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let me bring that down. I am using a Novation Launch Key 25. Yeah, come up on the volume of that. You can set a lot of your parameters in here, like reverb, distortion, but I just kind of keep it raw, and then I can EQ the drums in mixer. Okay, so the one drop is basically, it's the kick and the rim shot at the same time. Ching, 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 ching. Okay. So, but what I like to do first of all, because I can play keyboards, I'm okay, but just adjust enough to lay down. So if you can't play keyboards, I would suggest maybe just go into like your MIDI arranger or whatever DAW you have, and come up with some chords, or either have someone come and play the chords with you. Get your MIDI controller. It's not that hard. I mean, like this. All right, so let's do this. Let's go into. Let me bring up my mixer now. To bring up your mixer in Magix Music Maker, you can just press the M on your keyboard, and here's your mixer track, right? All right, so let's change this track 2. I had that on drums, so let's change this to MIDI. And it should bring in my keyboards. Now, the keyboards that I'm using, my VSI, is going to be it's different here. I'm using the piano default, concert grand piano default. And if you go into all your VSI Vital Solo instruments, you go down, you see this concert grand LE piano default. That's the one. Okay. So now let's see. We can look. It sounds like it has reverb on it. Let's see. Yeah, I see the reverb's off. So let's take off the reverb. It's got put some chords. Nope, don't need that. Okay, so let's just come down on that a little bit. Okay, so now you might hear me playing. You'll hear me playing on my track because it's probably picking up on mic, and it's kind of annoying. But just bear with, because sometimes I'll turn my mic off to do the track, and then I forget to turn it back on. I might be talking for an hour and not even hearing myself. Okay, so let's do this. I got a BPM at 120. A lot of reggae. Let's it's around 140, 145, 150 on up. Okay, so let's go in and change that to 150. Okay, all right. So turn the metronome. Hope we can hear it. It doesn't really come over that loud in the recording in my so I probably hear it good enough. Okay, so you hear that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So as I said, skank is on like the 8. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, it's on the 8. So the skank anything here, any kind of 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and okay. Whereas again, I said your one drop is on the 1 down, and you'll see how the one drop comes in on the 2 and 4 compared to most Western music. Everything dropped us on the 1, and kind of like 1, 1, 2, 3, that kick. Whereas for reggae, everything is on the 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 4. Okay, so let's just play along to this here, and let's see if we can put together. I'm gonna do something simple on keyboards. Okay, it's gonna be a simple C to D. All right. Okay, C major to D minor. Okay. All right. So let's just see if we can get just to get a basic. Do 8 bars, 8 bar. Okay. So let's see if we need to quantize that. Maybe it's in tight enough that I'll quantize it. So let's bring it in. 2 bar count in. You can hear that's a little weird. So let's go in and we're going to do those to 16ths and see if we can tighten that up. Boom. Okay, so it should sound a little cleaner. Keep the metronome on. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we got our rhythm. We got our keyboard rhythm, some reference. All right. So now we can go in and lay down the one drop if we want to, like I showed you. So now we're gonna go into our track input mixer. Now we're gonna take that MIDI off. We're gonna put our track 2 on MIDI record, and we'll show you how to drum. Okay. Now, sometimes what I would do is, let me show you. I'll go through and I'll lay down the drum track with the kick and the snare at the same time. But at this point, I'm gonna separate. I'm gonna show you why later, because you want to be able to EQ your kick and your snare separately, whereas you just do it together. So I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna do it together here, and let's see if we can get this in. Okay, and let's put that back. Let's see if we need to quantize. Let's clean this up a little bit here. Let's point this back. 1 and 2, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. See it? That sounds okay. I'm not going to quantize that because I don't want to quantize everything because it sounds too mechanical and robotic. All right. So we come on. So now what I'm going to do, what I don't like about, only thing I don't like about the software, you can't duplicate a track. Like some tracks, some software you can duplicate the track and they'll bring in it will just copy the same BSI, VST over to the next track and you can still use it. Here, if you want to use that same drum, you got to go back in here, and it's okay. It's just a little inconvenience, but it's all right. You got pop drums, funky, okay? All right, so now we want to put in a hi-hat, right? Now, actually, I told you I'm going to do this. Let's do this. I want to go back. Sorry about that. Let's go back, and let's go in and let's go in and just lay down the bass, the kick on this, right? Okay, all right. And then we're gonna go to the next track and lay down the hi hat, and I'll show you that way we can put effects on it a little more. If I want to bring up a little more intensity in the hi hat, not the hi hat, the snare. I mean, the rim shot or whatever, the rim shot. Okay, so let's just go in back on this track and let's just add the kick. All right, here we go. Real simple, nothing fancy. Okay, so we got that in. And now, let's see, make sure we don't need no quantize on that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, we might have to start something here. Okay, so next track, let's make sure we armed here. Let's turn off that. Let's turn off track 3, MIDI. We still got it. Now I'm just going to lay in a hi-hat here. And let's go up and turn that up on the VST itself. It's don't give me a bunch of. Okay, just throw in a little hi-hat here, and let's see, that way the hi-hat's going to give it a little swing, a little flavor, okay? And I just like to try to play my hi-hat simple, try to play it like I'm a drummer, give it a little flavor, okay? So here we go. Okay? So let's see if we need to quantize that. We're going to leave it there. We might need to quantize that head. Let's see if it comes in okay. Okay, sounds good. All right. Like this so far. Just basic. Okay, so now we have our skank. All right. We have our kick, but I haven't put down the snare, okay? So let's do this. So put out our hats, we got our kick, so let's put down the snare on top of that kick. And of course, we got to do the same pop drums funky VSI, which is okay, okay? Okay, so here we go. Let's lay down that snare. Let's bring up that up in the volume just a little bit so it has a little more snap to it. Okay, not too much, but we can always EQ that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm putting a little extra flavor to that hi-hat, that snare, because a lot of drummers, you just want to do the same thing. Give it a little doom, doom, makes the music swing a little, makes the song swing a little more, gives it a little more flavor, okay? So let's see how that one came out. Turn off this metronome. Cool. All right, so now look, we have our components for a song. So our song is in C to D, C major, D minor, white keys on the keyboard, right? White keys on the keyboard, boom. All right, that's all we need. And then that rhythm is called 2/2 rhythm. 1, doom, 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 doom. Okay, that skank's called 2/2. So if you're in a reggae band and it said keyboard and guitar just going to be in 2/2. All right, some people call it 2/4, but it's 2/2. You hear that? We're going to do 4/4. So 4/4 will be dunk, 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 C, 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 D, D. And 2/2 is just C, C, D, D, C major, D minor, D minor. Okay, that's all it is, okay? Okay, so we have a nice little framework for our beginning song, right? Nice little form, nice little melody, nice little, just a straight structure, okay? Now, A lot of reggae has a little melody things in it, right? A little pieces. That's me. Now, I don't know what I want to do with this, but let's go find something here to give it a little more melodic flavor. So maybe do we want a pad? Maybe a little pad in here or something. We got so much. Let me see. Excuse me. I don't know. Pads. Let's see. Let's go to analog synths too. Let's go to pads. I'm gonna find something not too a soft pad. There's something called soft pad A. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay. Let's come up on that. Give us an octave. Okay. Let's add a little flavor to that. Just see if it. Here we go. Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? So let's see, you might need to quantize that. Sometimes those pads don't come in right on time. So we need to quantize this here. So just another piece here. See how this piece is very. So we can leave that on 16ths. It's already on 16ths, and we can just say bam. So see now it pops in on that measure, should come in okay. Okay, so now that we got that, now what we can do, we got a good little framework. Let's highlight those and let's highlight that, and we just do Control D, and we copy that over. Now we have maybe a couple of times. Now we got basically a good palette, a good painted palette for this song, right? 35 minutes, and now we can just. I always like to play it back to make sure it's when I copy it over, it's content. It's connected. No skipping. Look at that. Rootsy. I like the roots. Everything the roots say reggae. I like the roots, yeah. Just for that. Everybody like the roots reggae. Okay, so see now we can come in with that, right? So let's take these two out and watch the difference. We got those two, and we can just come in with that little melody, and then when you come in to singing. Reggae, gotta really long. Let's bring that over. I don't know what the reggae mind. Hey, everything we got to be the reggae. Everything we got. I have a feeling it's gonna be off. I have a feeling it's gonna be messed up right here. No? Okay. It's okay. Hey. Okay, something is messed up. I can see the grid is like. See how this is clean right here? Oh, I see what happened. See that? That wasn't brought all the way over. Okay, so I think that's what happened. Okay, it wasn't. So let me see if I still something seems a little bit off. Which highlight? Is it here? You know what? Let's do this here. This is all clean up in your production. So something didn't. When I copied that over, it was not. Okay, it came in on a 3. There you see where it's 10. So Okay, I see it now. Okay, here. There we go. I knew something looked off. There you see how that it should be up at the 11. There we go. Now we can copy that over, and it should be clean. And then we can take out that, and now let's play it back. Hey, hey. Everybody know it's reggae. Bring that over. Everybody got to be yeah. I'm just playing around. We don't know roots reggae. Got to be the way. Everything we got to be like. Okay, here come on. Everybody got beat in the reggae. Everybody got beat in the reggae. Everybody. Okay, there you go. Okay, so see that right there is the first thing on the intro, how you can put together a reggae song. Now, I'm going to work on this song some more, but I want to and I want to get back. So the next thing, we're going to keep this. Let's save this right now. I don't know what we can call it. We can call it, I'm just calling it, I don't know, let's just call it, bring back the roots reggae. Bring back the roots, you know. All right, save it so I know we've got it, okay? So we're saved, bring back the roots, and yeah. So yeah, that one right there is going to be, just going to be the first video. Each video will be, part 2, part 3, part 4. And we'll continue building this song up, adding some horns, some guitar, some skank, a little guitar picking to shadow that bass, some bass line, some strings, whatever, to make it a big production. And then we'll add some vocals and see how it comes out. All right, without further ado, I'm going to get on out of here for the day. And hey, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. You want to learn how to play reggae? I'm going to help you learn how to play reggae the way I play it. And once you learn the basics of it, you do it the way you want to do it. It's all music, man. Because I'm going to tell you what, reggae, once you start playing reggae, whatever you played before, reggae's a very, a good friend of mine always said, hey, reggae's like a jealous girlfriend. Once you come to her and start playing around with reggae, she don't let you go back to nothing else. I mean, you try, but you really don't. All right, peace. I'm out of here. Rakiji, the old man, Pops in the house. Peace. Yeah, yeah.